And here is what I hope doesn't get pulled down and removed, YouTube video. I'll run the risk. I'll fucking gamble on it. I'll just upload this shit to my own website. Go fuck yourself, Google. Fucking this, way out of character. I'll even run with different music. Because these are the Fresh Fit Fellers. I don't know if you've heard of the Fresh Fit Fellers. I've heard the name because of the general manosphere, and what was it? O'Shea Duke Jackson posted some angry content about them. They meet drunk women at dance clubs, and then the women want to be guests on their program, and so they exchange sexual acts to be guests on the program. And that was what I knew about them. And really a lot of black people that are conservative, not just manosphere, that I would see just put up a short video oh, them Fresh Fit niggas, fuck them niggas for that. Even somebody that I follow named Kanisha taught you, and she literally doesn't teach you anything. She damn near just parrots Tariq Nasheed for 6 minutes and then says, okay, like and subscribe, thank you, and fucking goes away. And it's the funniest shit. This is why I subscribe to Kanisha Taught You. I'm one of her 1,000 subscribers. But the Fresh Fit Fellers, my niece brought them to me while we were on break at work, and I'm playing it, and I just kept pausing it and yelling about it until the point of where I took my own time and found this DJ Academics, where a full episode was of this individual that goes by the name of Brittany Renner, which, again, I only know these folks by other people covering them, and the Fresh Fit Fellers on DJ Academics. I don't know if he's actually a DJ, and they riff, and they call it a debate. At first it looks like Brittany Renner is besting them, and they fall off their job, but then they get back on their job. And ultimately what I see is that everyone is really colleagues, and no one really has a true ideological stake. These are all entertainers. Alright? The only reason that the Fresh Fit Fellers are on your screen is because they don't want to do shift work. That's why I'm on your screen. I want to get out of shift work. That's why Brittany Renner's on your screen and made a book. She doesn't want to do shift work. None of us want to do shift work, so we're all on your screen hoping you click our shit. And that was a blatant example of it. Difference between myself and many other folks, I fucking tell you that shit. I tell you my back hurts, and I hope that my most recent pair of steel toes is the last pair I had to buy. Alright. But for that one, the Brittany Renner one is 2 hours long. And I'm about to not be doing the super long overtime anymore, so we'll do that after I'm not doing the overtime. For this one, it's 5:16 a.m. We're gonna see how much we can get in of the Fresh Fit Fellers in one of their general episodes. And this is a short one titled, Girls Think They'll Attract the Right Man with This Mindset. Alright, Fresh Fit Fellers, what do you have? Okay, just off the beginning, they literally open their show with an auto-tuned music clip. It just starts out fucking... Oh god, they're so tacky. I'm actually looking at the font of the words down in the bottom of the screen, and it's the same font from the video game Vice City. Holy shit, their Patreon font is the Grand Theft Auto video game font. So, instantly, they're appealing to gamers. Oh shit, they even have it, they have a placard up in the studio, same font. So they're immediately saying, if you like Twitch streamers, you'll like us.
I don't know, I heard Hassan clowns them pretty regular.
Who are these people?
Hassan, Chank's cousin.
See, right, this is different for Wine Cellar listeners. You typically, what do you hear me say? All right, and this is the name of this researcher at this institute, and this is what they have to say about the glacier. No.
No.
It's this nigga with his balding back of his head. Nigga, I'll punch you in the bald spot. Why does the camera start on his bald spot?
Because he's a high-value man.
God damn. Did you just leave your stack of money sitting there and the hair withered away? I use debit cards.
From what I heard, they're not actually making money off this show like that. So no, he did not leave a stack of money on his head.
Oh wow.
Damn, their studio was fucking crispy.
Yeah, I think that's who is like putting them on, because like their shit is on, what is it, like Spotify?
Oh, that's not their studio?
That, from what I've read, like very quickly, that's not their shit. That's the people, like, yeah, that's not theirs, and they don't be making money like that. They're clowns for real.
What? See, and that's why I show up to my studio in my pajama pants and a shirt with the F word on it, because it's my fucking studio. I own all my all right. Okay, so let's actually get into it. We're gonna try to talk as little as possible, because you know that we'll turn a 2-minute clip into a 30-minute episode. This is 12 minutes and 29 seconds.
And just out of curiosity, do you come from a Muslim background?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Because Albanians have there's a lot of Muslims there. So
I noticed the tone in the beginning. He just sounds very, very normal. All right, I'm talking
No,
over
he
it.
doesn't.
That don't sound normal.
Oh, he sounds very accusatory to me.
Oh, that sounds accused. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Men don't hit on me anymore, so fucking I don't know.
here's the thing that I want to let women know, and I think this is especially here in the West, the United States, etc. You know, we tell women that they can have it all. They can get a career, they can make this money, they could be a boss, and then while doing all of that, they can.
We tell everybody they can have it all. That's the lure of capitalism. This is gonna be hard to not talk over.
But also, like, that's not we tell women, we make women and men do that, because we have no paid family leave. We have no living wages. If you have kids, you have to do it all. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's not a choice. It's not some empowerment like, yes, girl boss, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you have to do all those things because we live in a society that doesn't have strong social support systems.
Can attract a man on their caliber that's also a boss, that's gonna be okay with them being a boss and them working together in some kind of partnership, as you would say. And I'm here to tell you guys, nope, that's not the way the world works, okay? Men that are successful, hypermasculine, competitive, etc., they're gonna want a feminine, submissive woman. And the problem is that so many women want to be married, but they don't want to necessarily be wives. And the reality...
Okay, folks, as we cover manosphere shit, you're going to hear those same ass words said so many times.
Yeah.
Again, we probably, I mean, what's some shit that we regularly say? I guess we say some shit a lot all the time. With me, I say, this is fucked up, folks. Everything is terrible. I say that a lot.
We say
And climate change.
Climate change, ACAB.
But I think I cover different climate change stories.
You do.
Yeah.
And my stories change with facts, right? Like one that I had, right? The projection was 10 years for the Thwaites Glacier to fall. Holy shit, it's 5 years, right? Like, yeah, facts change. These niggas have an ideology, and ideology won't change. Facts be damned.
Yeah, well, because they don't use facts. That's, at all. They don't use facts at all. They use ideology. This is how I feel. This is what I think. This makes me feel good to say this. There is no, and data shows us that 92% of blah, you know what I mean? They will never cite a study. They will never cite a researcher. They will never have a fucking anthropologist or a sociologist or whoever on. Like, no, this is just this is just how I feel right now. Shit.
Yeah, no, and when you say who they have on, because clearly they have multiple people on the panel, what do any of these people specialize in that they're interviewing them on?
Right.
They literally
They're
just...
being pretty.
Okay, and I guess that's the idea, right? So, fucking Christ. All right.
What is this? As a wife, by default of definition of your title, you are in a support role. You are to augment that man's castle and help him with what he...
Nuh-uh. If you are a wife, that means you signed paperwork that put the government involved in your relationship.
Again, worst menage a trois ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, though, but look at what they're saying, and then ask them to define that shit. You're not submissive enough. What does that mean? What does that give me specific examples of women not being submissive enough? And they can't, because it's just a talking point. Because, and I think, like, that's really, the crux of the whole thing is that this is not actually designed to give women advice or even give men advice. This is just designed to be catty at women, honestly. And I think like that's a big part of the conversation, is that this isn't actually designed to be dating advice or relationship advice or lifestyle advice or whatever the fuck they are, lifestyle coaches, dating, whatever the fuck they are. That's not what they're here for, actually. They're not here to teach you how to date. They're here to teach you how to be an asshole to women. And those aren't the same thing.
And I'll probably say my same talking point several times, that incels will live vicariously through. We are talking way over you.
It's okay. I'm listening.
Okay.
He has going on. So,
also, he's holding a notebook. I wish he was holding a stack of scientific journals to back up his assertions, because they say studies say a lot. Also, I'm yelling about what I've heard them say on the Brittany Renner episode. This is not that episode. I'm actually going to give this a running start and let it go. I'm going to put the mouse away from my hand.
And I'm here to tell you guys, nope, that's not the way the world works, okay? Men that are successful, hypermasculine, competitive, etc., they're going to want a feminine, submissive woman. And the problem is that so many women want to be married, but they don't want to necessarily be wives. And the reality is this: as a wife, by default of definition of your title, you are in a support role. You are to augment that man's castle and help him with what he has going on. So if you want to be a wife, you're going to have to concede and give up certain things to help that man excel, because here's the reality. When a man's in a leadership position and thriving, you're going to thrive as a byproduct of being with him. But if a woman is in a leadership position, as you were describing earlier, where you're thriving, you don't want that guy to thrive with you. You're going to find a man that can compete with you. That's the difference between men and women. Women are incapable of leading.
Serena Williams' husband makes less than her.
Men, typically, especially if they're of lower socioeconomic status than themselves. Men, though, are okay with that. Women don't like to share their excess resources. Men are built to do it. So what she's describing
Wait
is
a
the reason why
hold
she's
the
willing.
fuck up.
Wait,
Isn't their whole thing about high value men and you get to exercise your
For
options
business.
and make all these choices and be an absolute dick when you make money? And now he's saying men want to share their resources? Isn't your whole thing that you should be able to step out on your wife as much as you want and not pay child support on any of your motherfucking kids anywhere? The fuck are they talking about? Oh my god. Okay.
I always remember, like, it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be entertaining to the target audience, right? And like you said, the women are there to be pretty, right? So you got your skinny white woman here in some sort of bra shirt. It seems like a bra shirt
like a cami,
combination. Yeah, I don't understand these garments. I only know utilitarian clothes. Right, you have the black woman here, and her job, is that what they call baby hairs laid? Is that that's what they call that? Right, yeah, so that's their job, is to be there and be different types. Yep. I wonder if that's as well, because like,
I'm sure.
Yeah, these kind of men, they see women as the things that you just pick off a shelf. So it's like, oh, do you want this brand, or do you want this one that has this type of shirt and these braids?
In pursuit of a family is because she understands that her gift in humanity is to be able to bear children and bring family.
Okay, let's run it back. This shit is real hard not to talk, because again, it's a gish gallop, and lefties don't do well with gish gallops. We fucking hate them. I think that's what turns us into lefties, and one of the things it is fucking gish gallops.
Yeah.
He said castle. Who the fuck has a castle other than like the principal of Stadium High School?
J.K. Rowling. A woman.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even trying to defend J.K. Rowling, but honestly, she does live in Enya lives in a fucking castle.
Yeah, he's talking about your fucking castle. And like in the other things you said, like we talking about men are built to share. See, again, also with the heavy-handed and frankly, what's the word I'm looking for? Not Christian. What is all those three major religions together? Abrahamic, yeah. It's that Abrahamic shit that, like, God made us. Off top, that's bullshit. There is no God. There is no made us. That's fucking dumb. And I don't do debating with religious people. If you're religious, you're stupid. Or you were lied to, and you can just stop believing that lie, you're an adult. Even if you're a teenager, cut the shit. All right, I was able to see through that shit when I was 14. It's stupid. But built to share? What the fuck is built to share? If anything, let's say if you were built, right? This God made you with eyes, ears, mouth, booty hole so you can poop out, a urethra so you can pee, right? An esophagus for whatever the fuck that does, right? Nostrils, a sense of smell, some fingerprints, you got some feet, you got some toes, you got balance. Women have all that shit and different reproductive organs. And feeding, or I don't know, are breast organs?
I think they would qualify as organs.
Organs, feeder sacs, a muscle?
It's not a muscle.
Oh.
Right, yeah, the pectoral muscle is behind it, though. That's why you can see,
the pectoral's behind it, but yeah.
Yeah, like women that lift weights, they'll just stand there and make them bounce, and that's because they're flexing their pectoral muscle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, we're pretty much built to do the same shit if you were to say we are built.
Yeah.
Like, cut that
But my
shit
thing,
out.
though, is to say that men are designed to share things. Like, have you ever read a history book? Have you ever watched a history documentary? I don't know if y'all know how wars work, but they tend to be over stealing resources. Like, every fucking time. But men are built to share. Because you know what those 300 were doing, the Spartans, right? They were sharing. That's why they went off together to go to war, right? The greatest generation, right? Who fought in, what was that, World War I? Right, yeah. We just went over to Europe in a world war because we were sharing. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking
And they're also saying built to share. Sharing is an abstract concept that has nothing to do with biology.
But also, if we're built to share, why the fuck are Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos billionaires and a bunch of y'all niggas starving out here right now? Like, there are a gang of men who are waking up homeless and hungry right the fuck now. Where is that Jeff Bezos money for them, since men are designed to share?
Remember, right? And we're talking to our target audience. For their target audience, it's going to be predominantly Republicans and Libertarians, right? Or like blue dog Democrats, right? The Obama types.
Yeah.
And so their thing is, the man that's homeless, that's his fucking fault. He didn't pull himself up by his bootstraps.
Yep.
And if all those men did pull themselves up by their bootstraps, then high value men wouldn't have to take all the women. You would go get some too, but you're too lazy.
Except then there wouldn't be high value men.
And then also, like, I met somebody homeless that was and his homeless girlfriend was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started doing contract work.
Bring a man a family. That's her role. And honestly, we have the numbers to show it. Women tend to be happier when
See,
they're
now
married.
he says we have the numbers to show it. No one pulls up any fucking numbers.
He's like Alex Jones, just waving that fucking notebook. I have the facts and the figures right here with papers.
Right, and it's a notebook, which means that's not any printed papers at all. You got that at Walgreens, nigga. What the fuck?
And have children versus chasing a career. The thing is this, you guys are young right now, so you don't understand this yet. But I'm telling you, as
the
you get
condescension.
older, your mindset is going to start to change. Your biological clock is going to start ticking.
Ooh,
You're gonna
the
realize,
condescension.
Damn, I'm about to hit 30. I might not be able to have kids, etc. Now, I know that
And
you already
also,
have kids,
the
so you got-
biological time clock is not a real thing. Very disproven myth, but okay.
Yeah, talk to the Catholics, all right? They keep cranking them out until grandma can't handle it anymore. They don't give a shit, all right? When I was
Pre-Vatican II era. Yes.
yeah, because I lived in an area that was hella Protestant, but there was a Catholic family in the neighborhood. And I think I was 11 and I met this kid, Joe, that was 13, and we would play Mortal Kombat together. And I thought he lived with his grandparents. Those were his parents. He didn't even know how old they were. I asked him. They were in their 60s. And he was just like, I don't know. They're like 50 or something. My parents are old people. And like, so you got to think, he's 13 and they were like 65.
Damn.
So she had him at 52.
Yeah.
Time clock my whole entire ass.
Yep.
If there's an egg, it can be fertilized.
And also, like, the concept of a time clock is really stupid, considering, like, the medical advancements that we have right now. Because you can just get an egg donor, you can get a sperm donor, you can do in vitro, you can have, a surrogate, like, someone to do a surrogate pregnancy. Like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah. But they again, their target audience is not gonna think that far. They never have. They never will. That's why they're watching this program.
Step 1. Wait, what do you mean there's a whole staircase? I'm on step 1.
Yep. Step 1, and then because they didn't think there was a step 2, they started walking forward as if they were on flat ground and fell down, face first on stairs.
Gotten that taken care of.
And I have my tubes tied, so I can't
Okay,
even have kids.
fantastic for you. But the point I'm trying to make is,
You chose the wrong guy.
most women,
No, you're right, and I see where you're going.
if they
Okay,
had a choice,
but you do understand that
if
that's
you- if you-
reversible. The tube tie thing,
Okay.
that's reversible if you really want to have kids. So
But also, and maybe because of how I'm gonna title this might hit your algorithms, and you might be a young woman that didn't have kids yet. I don't recommend cranking them out. You don't have to. You don't owe the world a unit of offspring. You don't owe the system of capitalism another worker. And keep in mind, another worker that you have to work and pay for to raise just to make them another worker for the capitalist system. You could be like me, get a bicycle, go for a ride in the park, and let butterflies flap across your face. And never watch Fresh and Fit again. Never watch Kevin Samuels again. Tell all your homegirls, don't watch that shit. And also tell them, if you meet a guy, I know they want to do the thing where you check his messages to see how many women he's talking to. You probably use the language girls. See how many girls he's talking to? Be like, hey, let me see what you're into on YouTube. Go through his shit. See if he looks at Kevin Samuels. If he does, that's not a red flag. It's a stop sign. If you watch his Fresh and Fit, stop sign. O'Shea Duke, stop sign. Anything manosphere is stop sign. All right. Look up a program, not a program, a blog called We Hunted the Mammoth.
Yes.
Read that blog, learn some of the vernacular, and then ask men if they know that vernacular. If they do, it's not a red flag, it's a stop sign. Don't associate with men that consume manosphere content, because they may already be abusive, but these shows are teaching them to be that even worse.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they're not already, they're teaching them to be that in general.
yeah, and in a much more like gaslighting type of way too,
Yeah.
especially. Yeah.
Yeah, they're learning talking points. If a man walks up to you and asks you, what do you bring to the table? Stop sign. Get the fuck away from him. And just be like, oh, and you know what? Don't tell him. Because if you start telling men that you're not associating with them because they're manosphere clowns, they're all just going to start lying about it and deleting their fucking YouTube history.
Yep.
Yep, so don't tell them that that's what you're doing.
took 100 women and you asked them, what's going to fulfill you more? A career where you're making a lot of money and you're a boss bitch? Or having a man that you love, admire, and respect and a family and children? Most women...
Fuck! I have to keep stopping it because there's no scientific journal. He said
If you ask 100 women.
If you ask us, so you're saying if you conduct this study, this will happen. This is why the language pseudoscience exists.
Yeah.
Like that is a pseudoscientific assertion. He presented assertion that is not contextualized. Also, 100 is not a robust enough study.
100 is not a robust study, but also because 100 is such a small number, you could find 100 of like a specific sub-demographic to agree with you. Like, I bet you if you ask 100 Mormon women, you might get a different answer than if you ask 100 self-identified feminists. If you ask 100 women raised in like Russian Orthodox Church, because that shit's conservative as fuck, you might get a different response than if you ask 100 women at a liberal arts college on the East Coast.
They also need to define fulfilled.
Right.
Are you gonna feel, what the fuck is fulfilled?
Right.
That's one of them bullshit words. It means nothing. If they use language like that, they're not a serious communicator. And remember, if you're gonna date and marry somebody, you are making a commitment to talk and listen to this person for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Make sure they have quality conversation. Men that use the word females don't have that. Huh. Okay. Yeah, and again, like the studies thing. Yeah, if they say there's a study, make them show the study and read the study. Too many people go on conclusions. What I was telling my niece in the factory, like I saw somebody posted one that said, a study shows that class clowns are actually the smartest. And I read the study, and this is one of the Yas Queen people on Facebook, which I agree with them. We talk about misogynoir. I probably talk about it more than them. But these are one of the classist, Democrat-loving Yas Queeners. And they hate any sort of disagreement on anything.
Yeah.
Because they've been in echo chambers for, about 9 years. They've been in tightly held echo chambers where everyone agrees with them. They put up the link saying this about class clowns. I go and check the study. It's a study in India where they had like less than 100 kids.
But wasn't it like... It wasn't even like class clown shit. It was just like about kids that like are happy or something.
Yeah, because
Like,
you looked at it with
Right, because it wasn't like... Because when someone says class clown, like you assume it's like they're disruptive.
Yeah,
like they're
there we
interrupting
is.
the teacher. But like there was none of that indication in the study.
Yeah, it was. And so I came back to the thread and was like, I read the study. It wasn't robust. It had very few kids, and beyond not being in any American city or town, it was all the way in India, whole different ass culture.
Yo.
And they were like, "What? That don't mean nothing." And then I just turned off notifications. I laugh reacted and turned off notifications. Fuck them. I'm not doing this. Fuck. Okay. Put my hand away. Let's see if we can't let them go. It's at 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
Damn.
Let's try to let them ride to 6 minutes.
Okay.
Women are going to derive that pleasure from the children because your career is not going to stay there and take care of you in your old age and give you some.
What the fuck is a 401k? That is your career staying with you and taking care of you into your old age.
That's exactly what
Also,
it does.
like... And also, like, I'm really frustrated that these conversations never include capitalism. This is one of the biggest issues I have with this, like, repainting conservative ideology as some, like, goal to attain, is that it's always the assumption that you're gonna come out on top. Right? So, like, it's the same shit when people be like, well, my grandfather never had to do this shit. And it's like, are you sure? Because your grandfather was a fucking coal miner. I'm sure he dealt with some shit in his life, right? Not everybody was the rich guy at the party. Someone was serving drinks, right? Like, someone was, before bathrooms existed, someone was emptying the chamber pots, okay?
Yeah.
Like, someone is sewing their clothes. Someone is washing their clothes. Like, just this whole idea that they're always gonna end up like, and then your kids can take care of you, because even if you do everything perfect according to this conservative ideology, that's still not a guarantee things are going to come out right? What if, like, your kid who's supposed to take care of you, right? I have a son, he's going to take care of me when I'm old. What if he dies of cancer when he's, like, 12?
They don't do what ifs.
What
They
if
do
you-
absolute.
What if your husband dies of a heart attack? Like, you know what I mean? There's never really a conversation around that of, even if you believe in this ideology and live this ideology, there's still not a guarantee that it will save you.
They do make it seem like everyone has the perfect family. Like, if you
Fuck
have
no.
kids, they just love you and they're gonna take care of you. It's like, no,
Nope.
your kids might actually hate you.
Yeah.
And they would definitely hate you.
Yeah.
You fuck. Jesus Christ. All right, god damn. And yeah, now they have all the women in one shot. So yeah, I guess they're there to be pretty, right? So you've got like white woman and but then you have like two alt-white women, right? Like, I'm guessing that's your standard American white woman. This one slightly less standard, but pretty much there. This one is your white woman that went ghetto.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that says she has a kid. It's probably half black.
Oh, the one that has her tubes tied?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what? Then you have black with the braids here. And then you have dark skin black all the way in the back. Darkest one all the way farthest to the back. Interesting placement, fresh fit fellers.
And
But
you see who's at the center, like the head of the table. The one in pink. She's like the head of the table.
and wearing pink. That is something. And the skinniest, right? Like, she's the farthest away, and the screen is pixelated, and I can still see her cheekbones flying out there.
Yeah.
The skinniest one. And then all the way to the left, they have this sort of, I guess you would gun for racially ambiguous, right? And but the largest bust, the largest breasted one, sitting the closest to the host.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm pretty sure they probably have, well, I guess homegirl, she has a pretty deep scar on her arm.
Yeah.
The one that got her tubes tied, and I wonder if they have that on camera on purpose to
I'm
be
sure
like,
they do.
she's damaged in more ways than one,
I'm
fellas.
sure they do.
Right? Like, and that's for the white men watching, because the white men watching, they're gonna call her a coal burner. Yeah, and for white men, that means she's tainted by being by practicing miscegenation. Trying to let it ride to 6 minutes, but again, Gish Gallop.
Yeah.
How many? This is why you have to keep stopping.
Something to look forward to. Women typically derive their pleasure from people. Men are more interested in things, and people typically tends to come in the form of a family for women. And they have the studies. They've shown.
What?
Nope. Nope. We're not getting to the
Studies.
6 minutes.
What studies?
What? And then, so women don't like physical things? Then why does the language of diamond is a girl's best friend exist? Why is the old generic hacky comedy bit women be shopping?
But also, like, you hear, like, the low-key that women can't have friends thing.
I
You
didn't hear that.
Because, like, what he's saying is that the only way because women want to be around people, but the only way to do that is to have a family. Women can't just have friends. But, of course, they think women are utterly useless outside of fucking and childbirth,
Right.
so... Of course you think that women can't just have friends like regular fucking people.
Like, this whole group of women here, y'all could all just walk the fuck away from this table and go be friends with each other.
Care of you in your old age and give you something to look forward to. Women typically derive their pleasure from people. Men are more interested in things, and people typically tends to come in the form of a family for women. And they have the studies. They've shown as feminism has gotten stronger, women have gotten more rights, made more money, become more successful, they become less happy. Anxieties went up, depressions went up. 1 in 4 women nowadays in the United States is on some kind of antidepressant medication or anti-anxiety, and that
Everybody's on drugs in America.
But see, I just want to see, again, I want to see these studies. And again, I want historical comparisons. Are women right now having a worse time than, like, slaves were? Because a lot of women were slaves. I don't know if y'all know about that shit. I don't know if y'all know slavery happened in America. But...
Right.
And on screen, it's showing the super chat. Again, if you want to know what kind of audience these guys appeal to, the person that put in the super chat, their YouTube handle is literally Donald J. Trump.
Nice.
And super chat makes it so that the comment you put gets pushed up and more people see it. And for $20.24, it looks like a maybe a currency exchange. It says, to my Albanian lady, I just want to say Hanksha Pidin. Damn, anyone want to look that up and see if
I'm just going to assume it's something gross and sexual.
Go ahead, look it up. Fuck it. Let's contextualize everything. The last thing you ever want to do is get lefties on your ass. We're all about facts.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, translation to English.
I'm working on it.
Right, yeah, we've got no autocorrect for
No,
whatever
we don't.
language that is.
Okay, your mouse is on it, though.
Oh. If Phoenix Leader is spelling it out, it's HANKSHA space PIDHIN space ME space LESH space QU space E space KE.
QE.
QE.
Did I say QU?
Yeah.
I think that comes natural when you fucking learn
Probably
how to
'cause of
spell
Q.
words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get rid of that letter. We have C and we have K. We don't need Q. Q is there for no reason. I don't like it. I don't want it there anymore.
For some reason, this is coming up as Hindi, not Albanian.
Right, but he's saying to my Albanian lady.
But okay, let me see if I can fucking...
What the fuck is Albanian? Isn't that like white or something?
Yeah, it's white people.
Okay. Oh,
That's what the I believe the Belushis are. Like John Belushi.
Okay. But what, it's that off European white? It's not really 6F, it's like 6G or something?
Yeah.
These are 6G white people?
Yeah.
I get it. Damn, this is hard to pull up, isn't
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'm gonna dig for it myself.
What the fuck?
Let's see.
It won't give me, because it keeps like trying to do it in a bunch of different languages. I just want it in English.
All right, let me to it. All right, so I pulled it up on my device. Hanksha Padin Milesh Ki Ike. And it says, hairy pussy you have. This is
Okay.
their audience.
Good.
Someone who speaks that language is a Donald Trump fan and wants to ask white women about their hairy pussies. Or tell them about them. All right, hairy and I'm sure that it's probably more like you have a hairy pussy.
Or probably do you have?
Yeah, probably.
Like he's probably trying to ask if she shaves or not.
Okay, and I'm sure that person is probably there because one of the fresh fit fellers, he's a person of color. He doesn't look black really. Yeah, like he probably maybe Indian. I don't know.
Yeah,
or some sort of Arabic or something. And then he just grew up here and watched rap videos and learned how to talk like a Hot 97 DJ. Right?
yeah.
Right, so, but that's a part of their audience, and that's a person that paid for a super chat. It's already 5:51 a.m. God damn. But this is what it's like dealing with a Gish Gallop.
Right.
We're 3 minutes and 4 seconds in. They've made that many assertions that we have to debunk and try to contextualize them. But see this unsuspecting crowd of people that don't understand that they're in front of disingenuous propagandists, and they really just shouldn't be there.
Right.
Like, make an effort to tell other women to stop being free. Like, you're just being free to show props.
Yeah, I think a big part of the problem with this is that people assume that because these guys are disingenuous, but they are always saying that like they want to debate or they just want to have a conversation or they're just saying facts or whatever. But I think that in turn feeds the idea that, well, but if I go on their show and I have evidence and I present a really good point, they have to listen to me. No, they don't, because they were never honest in the first place. They don't actually care what they say as long as it's misogynistic and as long as they're making a little bit of money off of it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how many facts you have, how many studies you cite. It doesn't matter how historically incorrect they are. Like, what they're saying flies in the face of human history. But I think there is that. But we're just here to debate, bro. We're just saying truths, bro. That there's this assumption that if you come in and you present facts that you can actually debate them. But they aren't here for a real debate. They're here to make you feel bad about yourself.
Yep.
That's what they're here for.
Because what they're trying to do, obviously, like, I really think they're just trying to sexually gift wrap these women for the recreation of uncharismatic and unlikable men. They just want to sexually gift wrap them to them so that these guys can have a little fun. That's it. Like, as far as, like, any sort of mission behind these shows.
Well, I think the larger mission is to make women feel bad about themselves.
And for that.
Yeah.
For that. But then, yeah, see step
Yeah.
1, and then step 2 is
Oh,
so that these men can have...
I don't think that's necessarily the goal. I think making women feel bad about themselves in general is the goal and everything that comes with that.
See, Phoenix and I disagree, and I didn't call her triggered.
That comes from this whole boss babe mentality. I'm going to do everything a man can do, etc. Just because a woman can do everything a man can do does not necessarily mean that she should do it. For example,
But you said earlier that a woman can't do what a man can do because men are created to do things that women can't.
Well, there is no, like, tightly defining of what a man can do. Define it. Go ahead and make the list of things a man can do that a woman cannot. Lace me all the way up. And I get it. The first thing that's going to happen is somebody who isn't funny and is not offensive. Let's note that you're not offensive and you've never offended anyone ever. The first thing they're going to say is, write my name in the snow.
Right.
Because you're corny. But I get it. And the fact that I said you're not offensive, you have to discard that and say, no, you're just offended by my joke, because they need you to be offended, right? They need you. Like, that's one of the first things they said to the Brittany Renner. They're like, wow, you're triggered, right? Because it's like, that's what their audience wants to hear. God damn. Not going to get through this.
women can go serve in the military and go in infantry, right? They can do the same things a man can do. However, we all know that if you took 20,000 troops that were men and 20,000 troops that were women, and they went into war, the men are going to have a way higher likelihood of actually winning.
Why?
Wait, yeah, because again, like, now he's pretending that this is a war before guns existed.
I mean, even before guns existed, why?
I know you have a lot of education and whatnot, but like, yeah, like, being realistic, it's like right now in the modern day, the way boys and girls are socialized, like, a 21-year-old man is going to be physically stronger than a 21-year-old woman, most likely. right? I know you're gonna mention like Vikings and stuff like that. That's very small subsets of people.
Oh, that's actually wasn't what I was thinking.
Oh,
I was
what?
actually thinking like Vietnam and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing when like a bunch of times places like America, like we're the big dick America, like we can go to Vietnam and kick their ass. Like they're short, they're little, they're physically weak. That was always the assumption about like Asian people in general.
Yeah.
But they did guerrilla warfare and beat the shit out of us.
And we should in particular like booby traps.
Yes.
Are a big thing. Yeah, and I don't know which side had landmines.
Both.
Okay, landmines. But like right now, war is you do what I'm doing. Literally, you sit in a fucking chair and control the drone.
Yeah.
Like men and women do not have different levels of hand-eye coordination on when to push the button.
They do not.
Yeah, like get the fuck out of here. So again, like decontextualized assertions.
Yeah, and just what the last thing I just want to say about that is it assumes that women are weak, but it also assumes that men are strong and have physical prowess. There are men who are definitely stronger than women physically.
Yeah.
But like, dude, you're not The Rock. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a big thing because if we're talking about men in general in America this day and age, so like some dude who sits in his chair because he does like IT all day, that's the fucking guy. Like, I know I'm not in great physical shape, but neither is the IT guy for the most part. Like, don't play these games like just because you're a man you're born that way or whatever. Like, no, that's something you have to achieve physical prowess.
Yeah, and frankly, your audience members aren't like that. That's why none of them have their picture in their profile picture, because they're ashamed of what their bodies are and what their faces are.
Yeah.
You have ugly, flabby audience members, sir. I want to kick these niggas' asses. I think that's a thing. Like especially whoever. What? I don't know these niggas' names. Who's the Arab-looking one?
Myron.
Yeah, I want to kick the shit out of
Myron, right? It was Myron?
I think so.
Yeah, I think Myron has enough money. Myron, come to West Michigan and run my fade. I'm sure he probably thinks he can kick the shit out of me. Like, I would love this moment.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure he does.
Come run my fade, Myron.
Just because you're capable of doing it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it. So, all I'm saying is this.
Wait, just because you're capable of doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. Wait, so he said all that? That was your whole argument?
That you can say that about a lot of things.
That's literally everything. Like, I'm actually, like, because of, like, part of it is genetics, but then also, like, my background in blue-collar labor, my background as a child outside playing, I could probably take 6 months and get fairly decent at playing basketball.
Yeah.
When I don't fucking want to. Like, that's a similar argument? It's hard to argue against stupid shit. I don't think I even made an argument. I wish I didn't say that.
So the two hosts' names are Walter and Myron. Y'all taking dating advice from niggas named Walter and Myron?
Walter doesn't even say anything. Walter hasn't said like a word this whole time.
You know, and the cold shit is, these women know that, like, I like that I paused it on this point. They literally look like a mixtape, and like the title of the mixtape is "He Just Said Some Stupid Shit."
Right?
Literally every single woman on the screen is reacting, but the thing is, they're not us. God damn it, because I know they know it's wrong, but they don't know how to argue back against it, right? You got homegirl here. She literally just closed her eyes and what is that called? Pursing your lips?
Yeah.
Close her eyes, because what she wants to say is, shut the fuck up, nigga! Like, she wants to say that, right? Homegirl here, that's that stone face. But I see her left eye has gone in its own way. And like, she ain't cockeyed. Her eyes just don't know what to do because her brain is pissed off at stupid words.
Yeah.
Pink shirt is readjusting her whole life. Actually, yeah, I have no idea what...
Because Pink shirt probably read that fucking comment. She probably speaks that fucking language and read that fucking comment.
Ah, the hairy pussy.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, Wine Cellar listeners, you're not going to get to hear me say the P word a whole bunch more times, all right? You enjoy the fuck out of that while you can. Yeah, right, the dark-skinned homegirl that they deliberately put all the way in the back, she is in full eye roll, and then we have another dead-eye one. It looks like she's probably looking at the person to her left like, yo, you hear this shit?
But ladies out there, if you want to chase a career and get your bag and make money, fantastic. But understand that you can't have it all. The very guys that you're competing for you're going to lose them to women like her that are willing to give up their career, that are willing to build a family, and that are willing to help that man with his career. Because men, especially super successful men, want a helpmate. They don't want a competitor. They don't want some aggressive masculine chick that's going to try to compete with them. They don't want that.
That's fine.
Also, why is he holding his
not
microphone straight?
I don't know.
This is a very nice studio. Why is your microphone busted? Everything bothers me here.
But there's so many rich men with like rich, successful wives.
Or even rich, like, what, we do the contractor work. Like, we come across people that get they get $30 an hour on their overtime. They're getting a $14,000 bonus right now. And like, two of the people I hear working there are literally a man and a woman of who are husband and wife and work together and make the same amount, and they're strong together, and they're probably like collectively, like as a duo, they're probably like over $200,000 a year together. When you get the bonuses, the overtime, and the wage, shit.
And I also find it interesting that they're not talking about unpaid labor of women in this whole thing, right? Because those are like, but successful men want this and successful men want that. Which, again, I don't even know how successful these guys are, because they don't strike me as successful. They don't strike me as the type that'd be around millionaires like that at all. But it is interesting that they're not talking about, like, so for example, like a politician's wife, there's a lot of work that you have to do to be a politician's wife, because you have to go out and politic too, right? Why does everybody love Michelle Obama? You know what I mean? But it's like, you're saying that, like, put your career on hold. No, that is politics is a joint career for both y'all niggas, like, as a couple. And it's not even just politics. A lot of rich folks are like that. We're even in situations where, you know, like, one parent is a stay-at-home parent. They're still doing things as a team that involve work, that is a job. And so he's saying, like, put your career on hold, but you're not. You still have a career. It's just a different career. And the fact that he doesn't even understand that tells me that you do not be around people with the incomes that you be talking about.
No. And that's the wild thing. Like, yeah, like in these factories, I'm literally walking past rich people all the time. And like, one thing that, like, these men, maybe they are cheating on their spouses, but most likely they're probably not. Because you know where they are? They're in the plant for like fucking 14 hours.
Yep.
And then they're going the fuck home where they're tired. That's the thing. Like, these people, they're definitely talking to folks that are in the city and aren't really around like labor jobs where you can make hella money. They're around people that have worked like fast food or something, or are in class, so that they can maybe get an office job somewhere. But they don't know how much, like, what, like, we pulled in like, but basically damn near 100K, what, 2020, running around a factory cranking wrenches. Yeah, these guys, they don't know real life. Like, they know TV life. Like, this is reality show shit. And really I actually have to wrap it up here. Yeah, like, because I have to get a little washed up and dressed for work. Yeah, so we made it all the way to 4 minutes and 1 second out of a 12-minute and 29-second video. And that's why I say the one on DJ Academics is going to take days. That is going to span multiple episodes. Yeah. So here, that was our introduction. That's the Fresh Fit fellers. Yeah, it's 6:03 a.m. Yeah,
and I'm amused by his Punisher shirt.
At least no one's missing anything, because they just say the same things over and over.
Yeah, all he keeps saying is, women have to do this and I have studies to prove it. Women have to do this and I have studies to prove it. Women should do this and I have studies to prove it.
No actual studies.
Yeah, do an episode showing the studies.
Right.
So many fucking episodes. Yeah, 566,000 subscribers.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Fresh Fit.
Just show the episode. Let me see, videos. It doesn't say how many they have. I wish it would. I still have the screen share up. I'm just scrolling down. They have this many videos. This many. What are they? Well, what's this? Is your girlfriend for the streets? It's time for you to slow down and her do the work. She slept with her boyfriend's dad. Heated debate with triggered feminist. 5 things to do. And now notice what they do, right? The one titled Heated Debate with Triggered Feminist. they don't want dissent in the comment section from actual intellectuals, so they code the word feminist by using the letter 3 instead of the number 3 instead of the letter E.
Yeah.
So that it won't hit the algorithms of someone looking for the word feminist. Like they're trying to hide it because they don't want me to find them. Look at this stupid 5 things to do to become an attractive woman. Get the fuck.
To become attractive to women.
To become attractive to women.
Like they would know. What?
An hour and yeah, cause like off top, like god damn it, I'm not doing this. I'm fucking out. It's 6:05 in the AM. Whoo. Okay, folks. I should be looking at a slowdown in work hours so that it will be easier to do this shit. Cause won't be running around the car production and storage area plant anymore, and I'll just be running around the styrofoam manufacturing plant, which actually my shifts there are only 5 hours, so I think I may actually just go in early, because I don't just want fucking little slim skimpy ass checks. I still have an adult life that I have to be able to afford to live. Right? But I will have time to do this shit, and you know, hey, if the PayPal and the Patreon and the Venmo hit right, I'll stay doing this. If not, back to the overtime hours, because that's what real life actually fucking is. Not this fresh fit feller shit with a studio that apparently they don't even fucking own.
I don't think so.
Y'all niggas need Marxism. Y'all motherfuckers don't even own the means of your fucking production. Y'all some buster ass niggas. What the fuck is high value about y'all niggas? Y'all in another nigga's studio. Why are the women talking to you? Talk to the nigga that owned the studio. Y'all niggas ain't shit. I bet y'all don't even have janitors. I bet y'all have to fucking clean up when you're done. You're like, everybody get your McDonald's cups.
Oh, God.
Right, the boss is gonna yell at us. Did I clean it up good for you, boss? You fucking worker boy. Nigga, talk to a nigga that own. Y'all Mark ass niggas. And you need to be Marx ass niggas. Fuck out of here. That's my fucking big closer. WineCellarMedia.com, Patreon.com/WineCellarMedia Fund, PayPal.me/Phoenix and William. The homie Matt, what up, cuz? Nigga, you can text message me again next week, homie. We can talk that gangsta shit, cuz I'll be off the fucking hours. Get the fuck fresh fit punk niggas. I'll whoop your ass. Both of y'all niggas. Stupid motherfuckers. Stop the video.